2 years? We had to wait for this? For this? For this?
Calling out to all Gordons!
Hello everyone, King Boomer here. Okay, this is my Dan Snyder Rant video because he is a prick and he needs to go. And if you are going to be a Washington Commanders fan from this point forward, I really feel bad for you. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. For those of you who commented on my previous videos and said, you know, I have to stick with them, they're my local team, I get it. But boy, are you in for a bowl of shit that he's going to serve you every fucking year. For those of you who call me a fake fan or said that get over it, it's just a name. Well, it wasn't the name that made me get off of the Washington Commanders bandwagon. It wasn't the name. It was the last straw, but it wasn't the name. It was loads of other shit leading up to that. And I'm going to remind you of what some of those things are. Because if you're going to continue to root for them and call me names, then I should inform you about these things because you're going to continue to eat bowls of shit. And you're going to like it because he's going to make you pay for it. Okay? So here we go. Let's get into this crap. Right. Let's start with coaching. Okay. Dan Snyder hires coaches who are good. And then they become trash. Okay? If you look at this list of coaches that I'm about to throw out at you, you'll realize that I'm right if you know anything about football. Okay, let's start with Marty Schottenheimer. 8-8 record with Washington. Total record, 200 wins, 126 losses, 1 tie. Okay. He only had him for 1 year. Had a bad start. Pulled it together, and then Dan said, no, here's a bowl of shit, have a nice day. Next up, Steve Spurrier. 12 wins, 20 losses as the Washington head coach. In the rest of his college years, because he was a great college coach, he had 228 wins and 89 losses. Again, here's a bowl of shit. Have a nice day. All right. Brought back Joe Gibbs for 4 years. Joe Gibbs, best coach in Washington history. Some would say the best coach of all time. At least he's in one of the greatest coaches of all time in NFL history. Nobody can argue that. His Washington record in those 4 years under Dan Snyder, 30 wins and 34 losses. The other years with Washington before Dan Snyder got there, 124 wins, 60 losses, 3 Super Bowls, and 4 Super Bowl appearances. So 3 Super Bowl victories. Took a great guy, nearly ruined his legacy. Good job, Dan. Okay, next up, Jim Zorn. He hired a guy who wasn't even an offensive coordinator yet. He hadn't even had any experience calling plays yet. Anyway, his record was 12 wins and 20 losses as the Washington head coach under Danny Boy. Yeah, he sucks. Next up, Mike Shanahan. Record under Washington and under Dan Snyder, 24 wins and 40 losses. Every other year with the Broncos, if you remember those great years, he was 146 and 98. So 146 wins, 98 losses. 2 Super Bowl victories in there. Okay? Did a great job with Denver. But under Danny Boy, you can't flourish. I'm sorry. Can't do it. Next up, Jay Gruden. Probably only got hired because his name's Gruden. 35 wins, 49 losses, and 1 tie. I remember that game because it was in London, and it sucked! Yeah. Okay. Doesn't have any other coaching record because he was offensive coordinator with multiple other teams. But got a chance under Dan. And you can't win under Dan because he's the problem. Okay. Next up, our current coach, Ron Rivera. 14 wins, 19 losses. Every other year with the Carolina Panthers, 76 and 63. That includes 1 Super Bowl appearance. Okay. So, moral of the story is, no coach can do well under this guy. He's got to go. He's awful. Explains everything. It's self-explanatory. Just like the Constitution says, it's self-evident. This guy is trash. He needs to go. I also have a footnote here. Recently, they had Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur, and Sean McVay all on the same coaching staff under Mike Shanahan all at the same time. You know why that's important? Because between them, they all have 5 NFC Championship appearances and 3 Super Bowl appearances in the last 4 years! In the last 4 years! Guess what their record is? 133 wins, 78 losses. That's pretty fucking good. That is good, isn't it? In the last 4 or 5 years, they've done that. Those 3 guys. They all used to be under one roof. Under Washington. But you can't flourish under Dan. And even if you have feathers that aren't bright yet, he won't notice them because he can't see shit! Alright, you Muppets, if that wasn't enough, I got some more for you. Okay. I highlighted this Dan Snyder's Voldemort moves. Because, you know, what a prick. Okay, in the late 2000s, Snyder sued multiple season ticket holders for not being able to pay their season tickets after the Great Recession of the late 2000s. Imagine that. Okay, poor people can't pay for their tickets anymore. Why would they? Unbelievable. He also claimed that there was 200,000 people on a wait list to acquire the season tickets. We know that's bullshit because they can't even fill up their fucking stadium. Okay? If you've been to their stadium recently, you probably know that opposing fans outnumber the actual Washington fans every single game. Okay? So, that was false. Nobody's waiting in line to watch that fucking garbage. Okay? Snyder demanded dismissal of Washington City Paper's Dave McKenna for calling him out on his ineptitude and saying mean things about him. Imagine that. You talk about the guy and he comes after you. He's probably going to come after me. You know. Because the guy is a raging prick. Recently, this is a recent one. Recently, 40 women have accused the Washington Commanders executives and Snyder himself of sexual harassment. It's been all over the news. You've probably seen it, so I won't get into it that much. But that's fucked up. It really is. In 2008, an unofficial video was made of the Washington cheerleaders. Wow. Okay. I'm not going to get into that one either. There's news articles about that from years ago. Go ahead and read up about it. In 2009, Dan Snyder banned all signs from FedEx Field. Yes, he did that. Remember those signs in 2009 where trying to saying sell the team and fire Serrato and all that stuff? He did that. You had a sign in the stands, security came, said, hey, give me that. Danny Boy said, take it away. Prick. In 2000... No, wait, next one. The next one, all I have is Vinny Serrato. That name says it all. If you're a Washington fan, you know about him. Other ones are short. Let's just go through them. Old free agents. You like to sign people that are way past the prime. Bruce Allen. Dash, the culture is damn good. Remember when he said that? He walked up on the podium and he puffed his chest out and he went, you know, I gotta tell you, the culture is damn good. It's not! Fuck you. Albert Hainsworth. That one just makes me mad. RG3's ego. I wrote that down because, you know, after that 1 year, Dan puffed up his ego, or, you know, he thought he was the greatest thing since Joe Montana. Trent Williams' tumor. He had a tumor in his head and they didn't tell him about it. And now he's on the 49ers doing great. The state of the stadium. There is a video go around. I want you guys to watch this shit. There is literally a video of the stadium where it overhangs over fans. There's a pipe that comes out and starts leaking shit on them. I wouldn't be surprised if Dan was the one undoing the fucking screws to have it happen. Stadium attendance. We did go over that. Nobody wants to go to that stadium anyway. It's a piece of shit, and Dan Snyder runs the team, and it sucks. This is a big one. The first owner to charge fans to attend training camp. So if you like going to training camps, he was the first one to charge for it. If you're a fan of other teams and they charge to attend their training camp, guess who started it? Dan Snyder. Okay? He's the one that started that shit. Suing fans, we went over that. Suing reporters, too. I can't remember the guy's name, but he sued a fucking reporter, too. buying radio stations so they can't talk bad about him. This guy actually did this. I believe it was 2 radio stations he bought so that he can control what they say. You know? It's that old censorship thing. You can't talk about me because I'm the man. You're not the man. You suck. So, in conclusion, you Muppets, that was my Dan Snyder rant. Okay? I've told you everything you need to know about this guy. He's a prick. And, if you are going to stay a Washington Commander fan, I really feel for you. I'm wishing you luck, because you guys don't deserve to be a fan of that team, really. With that guy running it, I mean, I really feel bad for you, but, you know, my sympathies, really. And for those of you who called me a fake fan, or said I should turn in my gear and all that other stuff, if you are going to blindly follow this team, this is what you're in for, ladies and gentlemen. A prick who is going to make you eat bowls of shit, and guess what? There are 2 things you can do about it. Nothing and like it, because you're a sheep. I will be doing a jersey reveal soon to let you know which of the 3 teams that I decided on for which team I'm going to go with from this day forward. The 3 finalists, let me know who they are. The Baltimore Ravens, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Buffalo Bills. Okay? Lots of Ravens and Bills fans coming after me. You guys have been great. I love all the interaction with you guys. It's been a lot of fun. Didn't get the apologies I wanted from the Ravens fans, but I'm still considering you guys. You guys have been great in the comments. But I will be letting you know I'm going to order a jersey soon. Because of the shipment problems, it might not come in for a while, so I'm not going to do that reveal video until I get the jersey in the mail. So I will let you know which one it is. Until then, thank you for listening. Don't buy anything from Dan Snyder. Have a great day. Goodbye.